Yo, what's up, Star Gang? We back again with another video, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about Vengeance Day. Just as it sounds, NXT Vengeance Day happened last night, and I'm gonna give you guys the rundown of what happened. I'm gonna rate the show. You guys are gonna like the ratings of the show. By the way, I have 92% of you guys have not subscribed, so do that and click the bell down below and notify you when I post another video. So let's get into this. Let's get into this thing. So Vengeance Day last night kicked off with a banger match between TMG, which is Trick Mellow Gang, versus the Wolf Dogs, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker. It kicked off with a one hell of a match. Braun Breaker's head almost got snapped by that ring rope when he ran. Boom. And then his whole thing got caught in the ropes. But give him put a little scratch right here. It was still fucking busted open, but he was going for the match. It ended with Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker being your new Dusty Cup champions. Finally, Baron Corbin has won the Dusty Cup after like I think it was 9 years when he fought for the Dusty Cup and he lost. He was teamed up with Rhino and he lost that right to win the Dusty Cup. Baron Corbin has finally shut up the doubters and has won the damn Dusty Cup. And Braun Breaker, I've always said it. Braun Breaker's one hell of a talent. Can't wait to see him in the fucking main roster. And that's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get Braun Breaker in the main roster. My whole thing is Braun Breaker should stick on Raw. The reason for that is because Raw doesn't have that tough, powerful guy like SmackDown does. SmackDown has Bobby Lashley. SmackDown has um Roman Reigns. But other than that, they don't have really much. But they do have some decent amount of guys. So that's something I do want to see. Obviously, Trick was the one who Mello was the one who got pinned on. Then we moved on to the no disqualifications between Joe Gacy and Dijakovic. Or you want to call him Dijak, just call him Dijak. But it's Dijakovic. I don't know why they have it. My brother's dogs start barking because my brother's here. Let me pause the video real quick, guys, so I can get this sorted out. So we got the match between Dijakovic, and Joe Gacy in a no disqualification match. One hell of a fun match. We had a Lego spot with a table, Dijak getting dropped onto the table, and then after that we got obviously we have Dijak winning, but we got Joe Gacy to cover Dijak's eyes with a bunch of tape, and it turned into a brutal match. It was one good match, but it was a brutal match after the continuation of the whole thing. It was one hell of a match. I believe it was the D'Angelo family next. I'm not too sure. I watched it, but I kind of watched it a little bit. So I'm getting the cards out so I could see who and who what happened. Uh, Hopefully you guys are still entertained by this video. But yeah, so I believe it's the D'Angelo family. I'm not too sure. I believe it's Tony D'Angelo, Stacks, and damn, what's that chick's name? Cause like they have a new girl, but I don't know her name. That's the name. I don't know her name. And I don't want to mess up her name, because people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, you messed up her name." But it was the D'Angelo family, I believe, who was next in the next match. Because I know Lara Valkyria fought as well, and Laura Valkyria won that predicament. So I'm not too sure. I think it was like you know, 'cause I know somebody cashed in their chance. Give me 1 second. Let me do this real quick. So the next match, the third match of the card was D'Angelo family, Andrea Rizzo and Chad Lorenzo and Tony D'Angelo versus OTM, which is called Out the Mud. They are consisted of Jay Parker with and Scripps, Lurish Price, and Namia. So that was a nice six man mixed tag. We had some fun spots there too. We had the D'Angelo family picking up the win, and this would set up for a bigger feud, I guess, with OTM. I don't know why that team hasn't grown on me as much as the rest of them, but I hopefully they do grow on me as competitors because I do want to see that. Then the fourth match was Lara Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez. After that, Laura Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez. They had some matches there. Roxanne hitting pop rocks, and then we get Laura Vice coming in to cash in her chance to face the champion. I guess it's like the Money in the Bank briefcase, but she cashed it in at the right time, and then it turned into a triple threat match. The match had it was one hell of a night. This is why I always say NXT is overslept as a small company because they have one amazing talent. Shout out to Laura Valkyria who secured the dub last night and defeated Roxanne Perez. Hope to see her in the main roster. Roxanne Perez and Laura Weiss. Then we had the big man Obafemi fighting Dragon Lee. I did not get to see that match that well, but I did hear it was amazing. There was a spot where Dragon Lee had, I think I did see that match. There was a spot where Dragon Lee had Obafemi in the air, power bombed into the damn thing, and obviously they're not gonna take the title off Obafemi. So Obafemi pinned Dragon Lee. This means Dragon Lee is done with NXT and he's moving on to the main roster. I want to see him on the main roster, and then we get the last match of the night where everything, what I'm about to do, what I'm about to say, everything went to shit after that. Okay, everything was. Ah. So the last match was Eli Dragunov versus Trick Willie, and obviously they're not taking the title off Dragunov anytime soon. Dragunov showing why he is the Mad Dragon. He's one of the toughest champions NXT has ever had. He's gonna bring prestige to the NXT title. I'm gonna say this: his title reign has been boring, like Io Sky's title reign in SmackDown. You do with that as you will. Bianca had a better title run. What's it called? Eli Dragunov picking up the win against Trick Willie, and this is where everything took a shit. So we had Carmelo in there holding Trick Williams, telling him like, "Oh, we're always gonna be Trick Mello gang." And then Carmelo does a 180 and turns on Trick William, culminating one of the biggest stories. Listen, I had called it for months. I had said it for months. He's turning on Trick William. He's turning on Trick William. But having it happen last night, so emotions. There's a lot of emotions in there. Because one, it's his best friend. Two, he turned on his best friend and he destroyed him the way he destroyed him. It makes it's bad. It was good, but it was also hard to watch. So we got that match. We got the ending like that, and it ended with Carmelo sitting on a chair. Well, it was ending Trick losing, and then Trick getting turned on by his best friend, which was one hard thing. I've always said NXT has been a slept-on company. It's a slept-on performance. WWE NXT is one of the best performing companies ever, and I can't wait to see what they do next. My ratings on Vengeance Day, it is a 9.9 out of 10. It has lived to the expectations of what NXT is, the crowd, everything, and I can't wait to see what they do next. I am Starboy Mowdy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. We out. Peace.